What a great night. I am really thrilled and very much happy to see such a wonderful turnout and such a distinguished audience. Well, this is the first concert of the Ertegun Jazz Series in 2013. So we have started our third year. This is our first concert, and we intentionally tried to place it into a very special time, which is Black History Month. And we wanted to honor, actually, there is a great story behind this house. Some of you might have been listened to the whole story, but I would suggest just engage with one of my colleagues here who would be very much willing to tell you in detail this whole story. We have, I think, come together this evening to celebrate several milestones of great significance to our two cultures. And first and foremost, we wish to make special mention of two anniversaries of tremendous importance as we mark Black History Month and honor the sacrifices and contributions African Americans have made to this great country. This is the 150th anniversary of the Emancipation Proclamation and the 50th anniversary of the March on Washington led by the late Dr. Martin Luther King. Both of these momentous events both of those momentous events changed the course of the United States of America. In honoring these milestones of freedom, I would like to thank all the members of Congress who are here with us tonight. We are honored by your presence. And thanks also to our wonderful friends and supporters in the State Department and in the arts and cultural community, which continues to celebrate this series with us. We are very much delighted you could be with us. I am particularly thankful to Ambassador Susan Johnson Cook. Where is she? Oh, here she is. Ambassador at Large for International Religious Freedom, for joining us tonight. She is a great friend, and we are looking forward to many other events that you come and support us here. Thank you. In addition, we are especially pleased to welcome John Gray, Director of the Smithsonian's National Museum of American History. Where is, okay, I'm sorry. This evening. And also wish to extend our appreciation to John Hasse, Creator of American Music at the Smithsonian Institution, who has helped this series become recognized at the institution. Partnerships, ladies and gentlemen, have a special place in Turkish culture. And tonight, I must highlight the special partnership with Jazz at Lincoln Center that has enriched us since the beginning of Ertegun Jazz Series. So too, without the steadfast and generous support of our sponsoring partner, the Coca-Cola Company and its CEO and my fellow countryman Muhtarken, none of this would be possible. His appreciation and support for jazz at Lincoln Center, and this series has been remarkable and esteemed. Finally, dear guests, I have to say that 2013 is the year our hard work has paid off. As some of you may know, Istanbul will host the annual International Jazz Day of April 30. Herbie Hancock, another treasured supporter of the Ertegun Jazz Series, who was here last year, played a central role in helping Turkey gain this special recognition. We are grateful to him for his ongoing support. The history of Sirius is quite special to us. Forgive me for repeating what some of you veterans of this series already know, that Ahmet and Nesuhi Ertegun broke down many barriers in Washington. They lived they lived in here in this house in the 1930s and 40s when their father was Turkey's ambassador to the United States. Here, they organized the first ever racially mixed concerts at the time when Washington, D.C. was still segregated. Their jam sessions were upstairs on the 3rd floor. Today, you're not allowed to go there, but one day, I'll be honored to host you on the 3rd floor. This home has always opened its doors to African Americans, and I'd like to suggest played a small role in the history of the African American community through the efforts of the Erteguns. And just make a very brief note about what segregation means. Perhaps many of you are young, and I'm young too, but we wouldn't quite conceive what it takes to live in a segregated city. It was not possible, ladies and gentlemen, during the time of segregation, even not into coming this house, but visiting this neighborhood was a risk for many people. And it was so courageous of our ambassador, late Mehmet Münir Ertegun. I don't know how he could do that. He did that, but I think that created a lot of controversy himself, about him and the country, and we have our Congress representatives here. It's nothing to do with them, but with all due respect to them here. But I tell you a story that he received a letter from one of the Southern senators during the times when he was hosting all those jazz sessions together with other white people here in this house. And this letter, the senator says, "Mr. Ambassador, every day I pass by your embassy and I see so many black people in front of the front door. They are coming in and out, and I was quite shocked to see this, because it's not the treatment that they should receive, as you know," he says, in a sarcastic way. And he says, "Is this true?" And our ambassador quite courageously wrote back, "And if I were in his place, quite honestly, I don't know whether I would have written such a letter, such a response." And he says, "Mr. Senator, it is, yes, it is true what you have seen every day while you are passing by our embassy, because in our traditions, we always host our friends through our front door. So these are our friends. The people you have seen in front of our front door or in front of our house are our friends." And he says, "If you happen to come one day and be our guest, we'll be most honored. But we'll make sure that we'll get you into the house through our back door." Yes. So this was this was a real story. And the people who were visiting in this house were actually, at the time, they were not known to many people. They were not, when you hear them, like Duke Ellington, Sammy Davis Jr., Ruth Brown, Ray Charles, Aretha Franklin, these people, they came into this house, many others. They were not known then, I mean, as Aretha Franklin. So this was really left a big mark as a, I think, as a moment which we take a lot of pride. So we owe our ambassador. Now, let's remember him. He's now, I think his memory is very dear to us in our hearts. So, tonight, we are especially pleased to be able to host Jazz at Lincoln Center's own Michael Mwenso. He is an internationally acclaimed jazz musician, and we are delighted that he is taking part in our local series. We hope you enjoy this evening and will return for the other 2013 celebrations for jazz with us.